Got a lot of good info out of it. Mr. White, Q versus the fellas. Who won that one except for Chief?
I don't count.
Man, I won. The fellas said, I don't know what the hell Chief talking
Shit like
about.
that.
But where his mom really a handshake. Nah, I got a whole. We gonna.
My mom taught me to shake. My mom taught me to shake a man's hand before my senior night banquet. When I was getting no. Somebody tried to say my mom didn't teach me shake a hand. I like my man Catino. I saw my mom. My mom told you sit your black ass in the car. Went in the club, beat a bitch up, came back and got in the car. We drove home.
Nigga, that has nothing to do with man.
What I'm saying is I've seen all of the things.
This is what I'm saying. The list that y'all are talking about and giving to do with manhood. So I'm disappointed in you. But we're gonna have a chat.
What you mean?
We're gonna have a chat.
I told you I don't disagree with y'all saying. All I'm saying is I stand firm in every ounce of my manhood.
We will have a discussion, and then after we have it next week, I need you to be like, yo, after I chopped it up with Mr. White,
nah,
I'm not even the exception.
You're not about to sit here and try to discredit
after our discussion
my mom gave me. We're not doing that. That's definitely not
we're gonna have a discussion.
I'm just going to this right now. Let me read this. John Abbas with the $5 super chat. I am so encouraged that the majority of women on this panel tonight is not verbally supporting Q's points. So I had this question: is the mother and the father of equal importance to a child's development? And then I have this question: can a biological father be replaced by other male figures? Those are my two questions. But it seemed like we really at this question. Do we have a problem? So I feel like this is where it is. So absolutely. Since they just got hot real quick, Mr. White and Chief, Mr. White, you got something to say to that nigga?
Hey, watch how you speak to me in front of company, dog.
My bad.
Nah. So honestly though, because of how
don't soften it now, nigga. You didn't know this was a thing. Don't get soft on me now.
No. But the conversation is gonna be longer. But we can attempt to have it now. Okay, so Chief.
Yes, sir.
What did your mom teach you? How did your mom teach you to be a man?
I'm just going based off the integrity and the standards that I uphold as a man. Just the all-encompassing respect and gentleman-like qualities and all the things that come from this how to be a good human. I attribute that to my manhood though. Y'all don't do that.
That's not what it is. That's a good human because women have the same qualities and traits.
Okay, so what? I'm confused at your
point.
So
if a man and woman is different, so you can't say, like you said it correctly. She gave you the tools needed to be a good human, to be a good adult, not to be a man, which is different than a female. So again, what did your mom do that specifically helped you to become a man that is separate from what a woman could do?
What do you mean that is separate from what a woman can do?
There's things that only there's qualities and there's certain things that you can do only as a man to be a man that do not apply to being a woman.
I don't disagree with that.
Or do you feel like that's exactly the same?
I don't disagree with that. But what I'm telling you, there wasn't a man in my world to have those. I learned from trial and error and from observing, sitting back, watching you doing your thing with your people or whatever, and watching other people feel like the trauma that I've endured has kind of molded my manhood, if that makes sense.
Right. So you learn through trial and error and through experiences on how to be a man specifically. So it wasn't your mom. Your mom equipped you to be a successful human being. With character, with structure, with discipline, those things. She didn't teach you how to specifically be a man.
Okay, so then let me put it like this. There's not a man that I can point to in my life that taught me how to be a man, which is why I give the credit to my mother. Does that make sense? Can I stand on that?
That makes sense too. Yeah, that makes sense too. However, you learn to be a man through trial and error. Right? Like you said, through watching things, through reading, through education, through sitting back and exploring some of the dumb decisions you made. But in terms of you being a going through life, your mom didn't help you with that. She gave you some foundational tools for you to be a successful adult, but not to be a man.
Those foundational tools are what I apply, what I attribute to my manhood. Those basic,
right, but it's like the same thing but it doesn't differ for a woman.
Despite what Hamp might say, I was shook at my mom. My moms didn't play that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you telling me you gonna huff and puff like I'm not supposed to be scared of my mom?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
moms
is,
went up top of my ass too. Like,
what I'm saying is, this is the thing. The points that I'm making, you are agreeing with, right? Because you said one.
Mike Brown with a $5 super chat. Nay would prefer Q to raise her boys rather than their dads to be a success in society 5 to 10 years from now.
So he said wouldn't.
Damn. They wouldn't prefer. Sorry. Wouldn't.
Right. So I'm about to make this statement, and then just let me know if I'm right or wrong.
Okay.
You said initially too. You just said it. She equipped you to be a successful adult, right? The things that she equipped you with are not specific to a man, right? In terms of integrity, the discipline, the work ethic, all of those things are not specific to a man. The things that you learn specifically to a man were things that you learned trial and error, was things you had to actually go through.
I don't disagree, but if you, I told you I couldn't specifically pinpoint an attribute of manhood that directly came from my mom. You give me something that directly came from a man, and I'll let you know if that came from my mom or that was one of my trial and error process.
Well, so this is the thing. I can't, because I learned through trial and fire, because I wasn't raised with my father in the home. That's the point.
So we all fucked up.
Right, but that goes to show that a woman then can't do it. So now we can do it as fathers because we learned it the majority of our own. But had our father been there to walk us through all of the different changes of managing our emotions, our feelings, the fear aspect that Hamp put in, so you know you're not going to come reckless. It's one thing to respect your mom, but it's different if you got your dad standing in the crib, he's 6 feet, like all of those things matter.
I'm not down any of that, but my dad ain't. I met my father at 31 years old. The nigga told me the reason he wasn't around because he told my mother not to have me. So he ain't the type of nigga that could have guided me in that direction. You dig what I'm saying? So
right. Well, you already agree with me. Next people, you already agree. You can't call
hey, Mr. White, my mom's a beat your ass.
How about that? She might.
All right, Dana, you got a question for these two? Hold on, let me read it. John the Baptist with the $5 super chat. John, we appreciate the love, bro. Listening to Chief, you are a good dude, but I'm concerned with your conversation and view.
I mean, we can agree to disagree. You know what I mean? I stand firm.